Hello and welcome to Heroes and Generals Devstream number 37.
Hello.
Live from Copenhagen. This is Reto Redbjane, the game director, with me, Reto Gargamel. And today we will be talking a little bit more about the upcoming features of the next update of the game, the Walker update. I think last time we showed the wrong Walker, by the way. We showed that. No, it was me and Martin, and we didn't kind of prep it. We showed I think one of his.
So you showed Texas Texas Ranger instead of.
No, not the Texas Ranger. But,
Moonwalker. Then
Johnny. But there's what was the one that we picked is Fred Walker. The general.
Yes.
That gives his name to the update.
And you showed.
We showed another Walker.
Okay.
He was a different branch of the army.
Apparently, Walker is a very common name. I guess we had a lot of fun. Lots of fun with it, basically. So it's General Fred Walker of the still United States Army. You need help there? I'm gonna get choked in this.
I see you have built a new lightsaber.
Microphone.
That thing, it looks like a lightsaber. Anyway. Back on topic. So last weekend was the anniversary of Operation. How did I say that again? Operation Migration, which was so we had a special event for the commemoration of both. Actually, it's the same weekend the Germans invaded Russia, and then 3 years later the Russians invaded back. So we did a special event. There might be more special events for special dates coming up. We hope you had fun. Had to say that. It's in my script.
No, seriously, we hope you had fun.
Yeah, we seriously. Serious. We have something to announce that I think we can say has been long awaited.
Yeah.
You want to say it?
One of the features for the next update, we have been doing an overhaul of some of the weapons. We have upgraded the weapons upgrade system to be not merely cosmetics, but not merely just number tweaking on new mods. We actually have physical new mods to replace some of the mods on the weapons. And we've chosen to our first category that we're going to upgrade is the sights, because that's one of the categories that has given us the most trouble and feedback from users. So what we've done is we've introduced a shitload of scopes for various weapons. Basically, we try to add scopes to all the weapons that can actually fit a scope in the game, which was quite a big task.
So that's why it took until now.
Yeah, it actually. Yeah, it's.
I mean, it was started a while back, right?
It was started a while back, but it's not as easy as it sounds just to slap a scope on the rifle. It's also it's until now the way we differentiate between a bolt action rifle and the scope rifle is actually two different weapons in the game, which is not really good in a lot of. We have lots of duplicate mappings and stuff, which is quite annoying. For example, all the skins are just duplicates, and so in order to also clean up that structure a bit, we now actually deleted all the scope rifles.
Well, are going to.
Yeah, we're going to delete all the scope rifles, but don't worry, we're not going to take them away from you. We're just going to give you back the appropriate rifle with the appropriate scope on it. So if you're
in the new system,
if you have a recon with the Springfield rifle and the high power scope, you get obviously the old scope rifle will be taken away, and now you're going to get a new brand new Springfield with a scope attached to it. It does mean actually that I think that there wasn't any. We did remove. That was a long time ago. We actually had sight modifications for scope rifles, which didn't really make any sense.
Yeah. Actually, people are still kind of confused about that. Sometimes I get people telling me, it tells me that I should be, getting the sights or actually, or more like I have this scoped rifle and I go into the weapon upgrades menu,
but
and there's no sights for it. How come? What's the point? Because the sight is a scope.
It was a bit of a slightly messy system.
But that's what it means actually. That right now we're making the scope into something that you can. On some weapons, there's more than one option, and we'll let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
Where do you want to start?
I can start with some of the. We can say. What should we do?
I guess we should maybe provide some background context for like which ones we picked in terms of.
Yeah, it's really difficult to pick scopes because obviously German have a lot of scopes. They have some really good scopes, and it seems like in the Second World War that most scopes came from Germany. Apparently, the Zeiss guys, Carl Zeiss, and those were just crazy good at making scopes. So everybody just copied it. So obviously, there's a lot to choose from on the German side, but on the Soviet side, there aren't almost any scopes. So we had to do a little fantasy tweaking on actually allowing Soviets to have some captured German scopes, just in order to not to make it too puny. It seems like the standard Soviet scopes were either the PU or the PEM for some of them, and those are actually really low powers, the 2.5 and or is it 2.5 and 3 times zoom. They don't have any of these like the American and the German 8 times zoom power scopes. So we had to do a little fantasy here, but generally we have added 3 different scopes for the Germans, and 2 different ones for the Americans, and 1 for the Soviets. And Soviets also get to have
one of the German ones,
the high-powered Ziel 8 scope.
Yeah. I guess we got the list here of what's going to be in the shop for.
But I'm gonna take the let's take the Car 98. That probably is one of those.
I guess that's okay. About the Soviet ones, you said fantasy.
It's not fantasy. Obviously, it's we could give them the PU and the PE, but there was so little difference between them in the kind of the zoom. We would probably be adding the PE scope. Later, but we thought it would be better to actually just give them the sort of like a captured German scope.
But actually, what Robotron here is reminding us on Skype here that a lot of the Soviet scopes
were imported.
They were imported from
true.
Germany.
That's true. That's true. And actually, the funny thing is the lowest tier German scope, the CF4, it's actually a copy of the Soviet scope.
So. And that was what, from the First World War? Or?
No. It's actually it's the Soviets that when they started making scopes, obviously they're very efficient into mass producing stuff. So they actually produced a really sturdy, nice scope, and they were quick at mass producing a really good scope, mass produced. And the Germans were more like into this is more like a special
high-end
high-end stuff, and they couldn't really produce them that quickly. They realized that they needed if they could, they would issue scopes to all the soldiers. They found out that it was much better to have a scope if they could. So that's why they tried to copy the Soviet scope into the CF4, but it wasn't really. They somehow messed up. And I think the Germans were just not good at doing stuff for mass production. They just want to have lots of bolts and stuff that you can tweak on or something. So that's the story behind that the CF4. Now let me go to the.
It's better to show them
a weapon. Here we have the Car 98.
Yes. And then one thing I guess we might mention. I don't know if you want to mention it right away.
I can do it right now. Yeah.
But we tweaked a little bit the magnification factor when you aim with the iron sights, right?
We have gotten a lot of flack from certain community members about the default zoom that is on in the precision mode on the rifles being pretty high. and we toned that down. That now it's only a slight zoom that you actually get when you go into the iron sights, and that's also just to be able to differentiate the lower powered scopes more, because the scopes we had, well, the scopes that are now in Vasilevsky are really high powered, so you don't really notice it that much. But in order to be able to introduce like low power scopes, we actually needed to move the normal iron sight zooming in a bit. We might tweak it a little bit up again if it's too aggressive.
But as it is right now,
it only zooms a little bit. You can see. So
it looked a little bit like superhero. Bionic sight, you know, the way it's currently.
I'm pretty happy with it as it is now. Obviously, it's one of those things where we really need to be careful, and when we release this stuff, we need to look at new players that are not gonna get owned by everybody with scopes and stuff there. So there might be some balance issues that would force us into like reverting that a little bit.
I think especially the low-powered scopes, but we should just show them. Let's just show them.
Yeah, let's go. The Copenhagen 8 does not actually come with the CF4. It comes with the CF39, which is a bit better. And I'll see if I can.
I guess it's better to
mount that.
You want to start with the. Yeah.
That's all.
Let's
like
start with the ones that already have scopes, and then we'll move on to the ones that.
Yeah. The CF39 is sort of like a medium type German scope. So
107.
107, isn't it?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Here we go. Boom. And you'll see actually
and that's the thing. They have different reticles available. That's one thing though. If you do that, and you want to press end to see your head.
What end?
Yeah, if you press F10, then end, then you see your head.
Oh, yeah.
But if you do that, when there's this is the test build. So if you put the gun to your eye, it disappears.
Okay. I just actually wanted to show the actual scope. And so I can say that one of the things that are really difficult about making scopes is the goddamn mounts. The mounts are actually, it seems like they're more difficult to make than the actual scopes. Now we have several scopes and we can reuse the same scope on different rifles, but we need to build the mounts as well. And they have to function with the reloads and the animations and everything. So it's not an easy task to just throw in a lot of scopes. Now we have the scopes and we can start doing them for all the weapons that we actually want to attach scopes. But the mounts.
It's like industrial design.
Yeah. Please note that the mounts are fucking cool. So let's see. This is the
ZF 39.
CF 39. Yeah, and you'll see.
And if you want to,
you can actually see some nice reflection there, right?
Yeah.
Hey, reflection.
Yeah. We haven't made it so that when you're in the sunlight, it casts a glare so that you give away your position. That would be cool, though.
How do I get back in first person?
You press F10 and end again.
There you
go.
Yep, and here we go.
So there's different reticles for each scope.
Yes. This is the one called German number 1.
Yes.
We try to make the scope like the reticles as realistic as possible. I think we have all in total. We have across the different scopes we're adding like 5 different reticles. This is the one called German number 1. Apparently these reticles were copied by a lot of different scope manufacturers, so that's why we actually just chose to keep the names on the reticles. Obviously, you'll be able to in the store to buy the same scope for the same rifle with different reticles. You see, we added a bit of effects to the rendering as well. Where when you zoom in, you'll see that the screen around the scope gets blurred out. And
that's a pretty cool thing. That it's Rito HAL 9K who came up with that. It's called a chromatic aberration effect.
Yeah.
When you so basically when light travels through the edge of a lens, there's some color separation that happens. So if you look at certain objects, not only is the lines are a little bit curvy. If you look at the side of something vertical or horizontal, there you see that the house. If you look down again at the house itself, if you move from left to right, you can see how the house gets all distorted.
Yeah, but also the colors shift.
And the colors shift a little bit, which is really cool. I mean, it really looks like you're looking through a lens and not just, a medallion.
You'll see up here, if you look at the top of the scope, you'll see that the leaves on the tree get shifted color-wise. But you can see that when you load up on your super cool high-powered graphics card, obviously. So. No, it's apparently a relatively cheap effect. So I think it adds a lot to the scope.
When you say cheap, you mean in terms of performance, right?
Yeah. It's not going to crush your.
Sometimes you say like cheap, like it's crap, but it's actually a fun effect that doesn't cost a lot in performance.
Yeah. Let me get up to the bell tower here, where usually snipers are positioned.
I don't know why.
I don't know why.
They're very religious people. So I guess we can, if you stay there and if you try a scope that has a different degree of magnification later on, look at the same vehicle for scale. You can see.
Obviously, again, remember to press space to
there's two ways now. You can either press space or you can use the mouse wheel, and then you adjust.
I think this. We'll probably need to look into if this is good enough, but it's always difficult because you don't really have any reference of what is 100 meters. You need something that you can say. Usually you have the brackets in the scope where you can see if there's this kind of like a bracket and you can fit this thing into this bracket. It means that this thing that is 2 meters long is at 100 meters distance. I think I can find one of the. Let's take the American ones. Here we go.
If you can do it just in logical order.
No, but I will actually take the fine loop.
Yeah, you want to do that? Okay, because I wanted to show the same reticle, not the same reticle, but the same scope with different reticles would be cool.
I'm gonna take the American Springfield with the good old Unertel.
Yeah, what the hell? How are you supposed to pronounce that?
I have no idea. It's a fucked up
Unertel?
Let's see. And I'm gonna put it because this one I know has a reticle called the fine duplex, and that actually has some. I don't think we actually have adjusted it, but just to show some of the idea behind these.
So
see these.
So right now you're using a M1903.
This is the high powered scope that you're used to.
Because we were looking just before we were looking at the entry level scope for the Car 98, right?
Yeah. Let's see here. We go back to this is the one that everybody knows already. The super long one here.
But the model has changed, right, a little bit.
I think so, yeah, because now it's detached. It's detachable from the weapon, and
I think it's a little bit more detailed. It looks so nice. So what fits in the brackets is a reference.
Yeah, usually you'd say that for these ones, I can see this is actually not really super correct. But usually you would say the thick lines compared to the thin lines, you would be able to fit an object within there, and you would see that you could use that as a measurement of size and distance.
Right. But
I'm not a scope expert. But I just know that that would be the way to like gauge rough distance.
So if you,
but obviously we are in a computer game and it's much easier to just press space. So, okay.
If you do the same one, this one is the Unertel with fine duplex. If you do 103 fine cross,
this is the one that you.
So that's the one that's in the game right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And which one do you unlock first?
that depends on the weapon.
Right. I guess that's something we'll show next time, if possible, if it's ready.
Yeah.
The various unlocks.
Oh yeah.
But we'll not get into that today.
This is the
next time.
I can see if we can find the Soviet one. What do we have there? This one with the. Let's take the PU one. Yeah. I'm just looking at numbers here because there's so many different combinations now. So in order to find the correct numbers for to switch directly to this kind of mod, then printed it out because I can't remember all those numbers in my head. Here we go. Here's the Mosin Nagant, the Soviet scope. This is the you'll see here. I think this is actually one where we don't have the correct texture on yet. I think. We're on one of the test servers, but I think this one is actually not been properly mapped yet. I think there's a few that
are still missing their skin.
Missing, yeah. But
I think it's better if you
try to show.
That one is. Yeah, you're right. It's completely gray. Yeah.
But it takes quite a while. So like you can see here on this model that goes a lot of work into actually creating the mounts for the scopes.
Could you go out on the roof so that you get some sunlight?
Oh yeah,
so we can see.
If I can get back into my body here.
There you go. Woo-hoo. There you go. So here you can see it. Yeah. So that apologies, the skin is missing.
Yeah,
but
let's see if that's the PU. Why don't we have the test server? I'm sorry. I think it's probably already.
I was told that by Ville. I think that there was this one, and I think that's the only one where the skin is missing. So
should we just fit it with the captured German one then?
Yeah, cool.
Because that's again, even though we take a German scope, then obviously the mount still needs to fit the actual gun. So it's not, we cannot just swap everything around as we wishes. We still limited by the mount. So it actually took some time to do that. But I think it's cool that we actually made the system now, because now we can start to do this that we really have wanted to do for a long time, like different magazines for and different iron sights, and we can do all sorts of crazy stuff now. Obviously, it's not as easy as just building it, but it's not super impossible. What are you going to?
The one you were talking about?
Yep.
There we go.
Silacht with the German number 4.
So that's pretty much the most powerful.
That's the most powerful German
game.
scope. Let's see it. There we go. Yep. Here you go. Also.
Ta-da.
I see.
There's some texture missing on the mount, right?
I think it's.
So the mount is one thing, the scope is another thing. So yeah, I see what you mean by.
Yeah. Come on. Here you go.
There you go.
Yeah, see, that mount is not fully. It still needs some texturing.
So, by the way, we're showing some stuff from the Walker build.
Yeah,
we are still testing it. We're still not sure exactly when it's ready, right?
No, but hopefully as soon as possible.
So we don't want to. We don't want to tease you, but we're trying to get the timing.
Yes, we love to tease you guys. We also have to show you something else next Friday.
Yeah,
I just love the thing that is. The animation and stuff is just nice, I think.
I
really
cool.
like it.
Can we do the thing?
Should we move on to some of the what are people asking?
Everything.
Everything.
Actually, wait. Let me see. I was kind of.
Yeah, we're planning on adding scopes to the knives as well.
They're in full speculation mode here. I'll keep an eye on that.
Then I'm gonna show you some of the stuff that we have placed unlocks on these things. They're hard to get, but you will be able to get them. Let's see if we can. Let's see if people can guess what I'm doing here with the let's see. I'm gonna give you the. Let's go to the Germans and see if we can make them happy. They're always so pissed at us for it. Here we go.
So, what is that?
What is that?
Isn't that a starter rifle? With a...
What have we got here?
What have we got here?
Woohoo!
If my eyes do not deceive me, we're looking at a semi-auto scoped rifle.
Oh yeah. The Gewehr 43 with the CF4 scope. It's a funny thing about this is that some of the really good snipers from Second World War, the German ones, they actually brought 2 rifles with them. They had the bolt action Kar 98 with a high power scope, and then they had the semi-auto with a low power scope, because then they could take on targets at different ranges. And obviously, at a closer range, you actually needed the reload, the faster reload than you need on the longer ranges. So it's pretty authentic, this thing, and it's just a fucking awesome mount.
Yes.
Check it out.
It looks pretty classy.
So let's go back inside my head here. Come on. There you go. I always press the debug keys in the wrong order. There you go. Oh yeah.
But doesn't make the recoil go away though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Is that so? If you have a semi-auto rifle, I mean, maybe your first shot will hit where you're aiming, and then again, we can see, like, if you look, if you can go around and look at the half track. That's parked on the other side.
There's another thing actually that's another thing that's worth mentioning is that
we can go spawn in it now.
Because you have to fit your scope where the iron sight normally is.
You can't use the iron sight.
Well, upgrades wise, you have there's only one sight modification, which means that if you have a sight modification on your rifle, you have to remove that in order to fit the scope. And you can say that the scope doesn't really change doesn't make the weapon, the aiming more precise in terms of number tweaking, and the sight modifications actually do that. So
if you equip a sight modification, you get a bonus that you will not get that as a scope user.
Yeah. So there is still an advantage for some of the weapons to use the iron sights, and I'm pretty sure that some people would actually maybe prefer that instead of the scope.
How was it that somebody said using the scope, especially on these semi-auto rifles, it's a flavor of gameplay. It's a playing style.
Yeah.
But it's not a must. As in, if you're good with scopes, do that. But some people will actually be better without.
Yeah.
And you can see here that the magnification is not the same.
We added the low power scopes to the semi-auto rifles, not the high power ones. So in order to get the high power scopes, you will need to have a bolt action rifle. And
this one, we'll talk about it when we talk about unlocks. But I'm thinking on semi-auto rifles, using a scope, is that for everybody, or is that for?
It's for recons and for infantry, but it's really hard to unlock.
Okay.
So it's one of those right at the end of the line type things. Speaking of classes, I think I should maybe look at these.
Yes.
This weapon.
That's my favorite.
I think everybody has been asking about this one, or probably thinking about where's the butt for this baby, and you can see it is here.
Ta-da.
Oh yeah! Oh fuck! It's hard to control.
It's and you're kind of steadying it as you. So, but then again, now you have the select fire.
Oh yeah.
So it looks awesome.
There you go. We're totally Star Wars here. I don't know. It just looks awesome, this weapon. So, and my guy without a head.
But yeah, the FG42 wasn't getting a lot of love until we started talking about.
It's fitted with the CF4 scope, the lowest German scope.
Some people having a boner on the shot there.
Come on, go back. Oh! Accidentally suicide. Fat fingers. Oh my god. Come on. Yeah. This is great.
But so then, when you're using that with scope, you might want to do the ta-da, single fire, and then I mean, you have paratrooper with that. That's starting to look pretty reasonable.
Yeah. We did talk about the scopes for the MG34 and stuff like that, but it requires us to finish up our mounted guns features, obviously.
Your what?
It only was the scope for the MGs only came with the tripod, which is a whole other thing. But it's actually pretty cool.
It's a whole other
machine
dimension.
guns with light. It basically turned the German light machine gun into something you could call a heavy machine gun, and you could actually add a scope to that, which is fucking awesome. So I've tried shooting that once in my lifetime.
They actually let people.
The Danish army have the something that is a modern version of the MG42, and that if you fire that from the tripod, it actually has the little nice scope on it.
Yeah, when we went to the arsenal, they had one of those. Wasn't it? What's the model number? It's a MG76.
Yeah, in Denmark, it's named after the year that it was introduced into the army. I think that. There you go.
Yeah, it's insanely heavy. I remember trying to.
Oh, it's not heavy. That's nice. Yeah.
It weighs barely more than a cat.
We actually have some more to show, actually.
So we
didn't get finished with these. Here you go. This is also one of the cool ones. Let's go out into the light so we can probably see it.
Yeah, this one. There's these caps for the.
Yeah, for the
screws, right?
Yeah, and there's this rubber.
Is that rubber?
That's rubber. So you actually fit your eyes all the way up to it. This is the American M48.
M48 scope.
M48 scope for the Garand.
Yes. It's
mounted on the side, which is pretty interesting, actually. So here we go. Semi-auto awesomeness. I know some people have been talking about that we should be able to have both the iron sight and the scoped on the same in the same mode, so you should be able to switch. But it's like I think that would be
confusing.
Maybe, but also it would overcomplicate the controls.
Yeah.
And it's very.
But I mean, okay, that would assume that
hardcore to
you have a setup like that where they're side by side.
Yeah, but I think on the car 98, a lot of I think there was two mounts for the German scopes. One was like a lower one, and there was like a really high one. And the really high one they drilled hole through the.
So you could
mount.
so
you could actually still see through.
So you could look under the scope.
Yeah.
And look with your naked eye. Oh.
Yeah.
I'd never heard of that. Okay. But yeah, when you're in the heat of the moment, I guess.
Oh shit!
Pretty cool. Also, you can kind of when you're not in toggle mode, you can just. I like how the animation can kind of be interrupted if you change your mind halfway. If you just raise it and drop it, like that, you can hesitate and go like, nah.
I don't know.
I'm not gonna snipe right now.
We also have a little bit of a reflection and stuff in the glass. There's been done some nice shader work on the scopes, I think.
Oh, and actually, we're starting to get a relevant question here. Copenhagen, well, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to pronounce that.
Groppen Santa. 1, 2, 2, 3.
Yeah, Groppen Santa.
Groppen Santa.
1223 is asking how many vertices do you use per weapon?
I have absolutely no fucking clue. Several thousands. Yeah. It's. I don't think I can remember the debug for actually switching on the wireframes. It's not F11. I can say. I can tell you that. Oh, Can we get somebody here to tell me what I need to press in order to get the wireframes?
It's funny because I thought it was saying reticles. And actually, we should. That's the question I was actually thinking I was going to read right now.
Yeah.
So never mind the vertices.
Oh, actually,
how many reticles do we have per weapon? It's like they most like they don't have the same number of options. All of them. Right?
No. Each weapon have an option of a few scopes, and each of those options come with a fixed reticle. So it's not that you can just mix and match everything.
So
let's see. I'm gonna show this baby.
Oh, it's F10 and 7 if you want to show the wireframe.
Let's see if I can do that. Yeah, F10.
Yeah, F10
did, and then 7. Yeah, there we go.
There, but then doesn't that?
Yeah, it doesn't show.
It's not even.
Doesn't show the weapons.
Everything but the one. And then end. Press end. Or F10 again, and then end. There you go.
There you go.
So.
Whoop, there you go.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, we can zoom in. You can see there is actually. Oh, fuck! I wanted to.
Yeah, mucho vertices.
Let's see. There you go. You can go really close to. The Z buffer cuts it off. But you can actually see, you can see that there's a lot of work actually goes into to making what you would in graphic term call a bevel, which is the edges around the.
That's what shines.
Yeah, but it also catches the light. It's very important to make the bevels right because a bevel actually catches the light in a nice way. Also, the way the shading would work is if you don't have the bevel, if you have a sharp edge, you tend to get like a huge, weird specular on either side, and like a really bright side and really dark side. And the bevel actually sort of like helps having a nice, sharp highlight on the edge of the weapon. But obviously, making nice bevels on everything just eats up polygons like crazy. So, but. It's not the actual amount of polygons that are troubling our renderer. It's more like we can see a lot of long distance and the overdraw from the trees and everything. We have a game where you have to have a long viewing distance, and people have a tendency to crank up the resolution, which eats up a lot of power. So that's the. Now we need to switch all this shit off again. Come on, give me my head back.
Well,
there you go.
You have your head, but you're not in it.
Here you go. What was I trying to show? Here you go.
I have a good question from Clausewitz. Say,
fire ahead.
Will scopes use one equipment point?
Nope.
And why not?
Because that is not how our system works. So,
right.
Nope.
Because they actually will.
We might do that if it becomes apparent that we should do it, but right now we don't support physical mods taking up equipment points.
Well, that's for the equipment question.
Yeah,
that There's also something.
You see the funky mount for this one?
Yeah.
takes a while to actually. That I think, as Ville said, that it's not the actual scope that takes the most of the time. It's actually the mounts, because they have to actually fit. That's like a mechanical part. That's you have to research a lot about how is this mount possible with this weapon. So it takes a long time to actually find the model and find the mount and figure out how it's actually made.
Because none of it is made up. It's all historical.
Yeah, it's correct. You see, this is the M48 mounted on the carbine, which is also a nice little thing, I think. Come on. There we go. Yes.
And
do we have more stuff to? Oh,
I think
we need also to show that the Soviets are not forgotten, obviously. There you go. Again, some nice. See, there's one. This one obviously needs the texture, but you'll see that the mount is there. It's a cool one. Sits all the way on the back of the rifle. That's for the Soviet SVT. Are there any other questions?
I'm looking through that actually. But I think we went through. Wait, why do I have a feeling that there's a very obvious one? Yeah. Okay. No, nothing. Where's the crown? We have secrets. Sorry, we're saving stuff for next time.
Oh my God! Secrets. No. So, did you show
the
German high-powered one? It's actually pretty awesome. Mounted on the Kar 98. You see here, you can actually see what I talked about before. That come on, you goddamn animation, drilled holes here through the mounts in order to use the iron sights. But we don't support that in the game. We might do it if we find a nice way to easily implement it, but right now we just didn't feel that it was necessary to delay the next build further just for that tiny little feature.
So, this being said, I think we're kind of pretty much I think we're gonna have to kind of wrap it up when it comes to scopes for now, because I want to save some stuff for next time, since we don't know how many weeks we have to go. Yeah, whichever. If you're a Carlsberg,
I'm a Carlsberg man.
We should get paid for saying that.
Not that I can taste the difference in Carlsberg too. Anyway,
they shouldn't. Cheers. And I guess
we're gonna have a summer party after this Twitch session.
So we have a picture of the pig.
The what?
The pig that's being roasted.
We have
a picture of that. It's in the where is it? Post Devstream pig.
There you go.
So
hey,
we're gonna eat that. And
it looks like it's going. Nice. I'm lying on the grill.
Yeah.
Where? Eat me. That's excellent.
And then we have the Tower of Sauron. In
the Copenhagen bell tower.
Yes.
The one that you can hear every time making noises. That's cool.
Yeah, we just wanted to brag about our pig. But
one more. Yeah.
So there was another thing.
Yeah.
We wanted to remind people that there is if you can full screen that, Battle Vision contest on Steam, and that's the
bell. We're done. Oh my God!
Almost. School is almost over. If we scroll down. I forgot what the theme for next time is. Surprise attack. So you have until the 17th of. Is that correct? That is correct. The 7 p.m. Central European Time on the 17th of July to submit screenshots to this screenshot contest, and that will you will run the chance of earning 2,000 gold if you are one of the 3 winners. I wanted to make another announcement. It's kind of a weird change of topic, but people are asking about. I saw one guy at the beginning of the session who was asking on the chat, what do we do about cheaters? And I keep forgetting to mention that for the people who just came in, who probably are watching us for the first time. I spend a fair amount of time every day banning cheaters. So I don't want to give details too much, but we do have anti-cheat systems on our servers, and we are logging a lot of stuff. And we are, but seriously, without joking, we're taking that very seriously when we detect that there's a new type of, name it, aimbot, wall hack, all that crap. We are usually fairly swift in detecting when there's a new one. We keep an eye out for what's going on out there. Yeah. But the thing is that we can't really tell you what we're doing to detect it, or exactly how we know. No. Because the more we talk about it, I mean, we know that there's people like who are developers of cheats watching us right now and basically taking notes.
So we're just gonna fill you up with bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. If you press F11 while using your cheat, it's undetectable.
No, actually, it's I've seen the lists of it's actually it seems like it's fairly much under control, but it's something that we do, and we ban people when we confirm that it's actually a cheat engine they're using. So don't try this at home. Yep. Don't try any just.
Don't take it out for a spin
because we will detect it and then you're just going to lose your account. So.
Yeah, and we do get, I mean, a lot of very, very sad stories and
but obviously
people writing us like, I don't know, it didn't even work. It's like I was trying to use a cheat, it didn't even work.
And now your PC is a zombie.
Yeah.
So
no, that's the other thing is like you get cheats from like open source cheats or whatever stuff that people say like use my cheat, it's free. It's like,
I'm not gonna install other stuff on your computer. No.
So you don't know what you're installing on your computer. You don't know. It's a matter of time before you lose your account. So just saying, we are really taking that seriously, and we don't fuck around. Once you use cheats, you're pretty sure to lose your account. So. When we're done, by the way, I've just got this message here. We will be hosting a guy who is called Fiery Pit, and
Fiery Pit.
Yes, who will be.
Hell.
I guess I assume
sounds
twitching.
Like a name of a metal band.
Some of it, yeah, right.
Fiery Pit.
Speaking of Fiery Pit, I had a dream. It's nothing weird, but you were in it, and you were announcing, guys, that's it. I'm going to hell. On a skateboard. So you were taking your skateboard and you were heading to the gates of hell, and you put on your headphones and you had Slayer.
It wasn't a dream.
Playing in
it wasn't a dream.
But
it wasn't a dream.
I was told the only thing that doesn't work like that is that you don't skate. But otherwise,
it wasn't. You mistook the from my that's my.
So this being said,
I really am Santa.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a skateboard. It was a sled.
It was a sled.
Fire in it. And rockets. Yeah.
So enough talk about fire. We actually know, because we're gonna go see that pig.
Oh yeah.
Get roasted.
Watch out, pig! Here we come.
Watch out, pig!
Oh, watch out, beer! Here we come.
So people are going crazy now. It's just normal beer, really. We're just in a good mood. Yeah. This being said, we will be back next week.
Oh yeah.
At least I will, and we will try to show you some more stuff from the upcoming Walker build. In this episode, in case you just walked in, we were talking about scopes. I tried to, yeah.
Optics.
I'm not a very good
optics.
actor. So scopes, and we will be putting this on YouTube later on, and it will be also available to view again on Twitch. And you're welcome to follow us here on Twitch, and also on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Intertube, and well, thank you for watching, and thank you for playing. Have a nice weekend.
Have a nice weekend.
See you around.